Hi, dear viewers. Welcome to the channel Daily English Vocabulary. I'm Sohail. In this video, I'll be teaching you super useful C1 English vocabulary with detailed explanations. And in the end, there will be a quiz to see how much you have learned. So don't miss the quiz. Watch till the end. Let's start. So, dear viewers, the first words are continuous and continual. And we will start with the question. Let's see if you can fill in the blanks correctly. The question is I couldn't leave the office because of blank rain and blank calls from the customers. And the correct placement is I couldn't leave the office because of continuous rain and continual calls from the customers. The word continuous is an adjective and it means something which goes on without breaks, pauses, or interruptions. For example, the movement of the earth around the sun is continuous. There are no breaks at all. On the other hand, the word continual is also an adjective. It means something that happens repeatedly, but with pauses and breaks. Continual is anything which starts, stops, and starts again, often annoyingly. For example, the continual barking of the dog interrupted my sleep many times. And here is a tip to remember the difference. For continuous, remember this solid line. There are no breaks in it. And for continual, keep in mind this broken line. There are breaks and pauses. It starts, stops, and starts again. The next words are affect and effect. And here is the question. Exercise blank our body and it also has a good blank on our mind. And the correct placement is exercise affects our body and it also has a good effect on our mind. The word affect is a verb and it means to influence or change something. For example, weather can affect your mood, stress can affect your sleep, or rain affected our picnic plans. Effect, on the other hand, is a noun and it means the result or outcome of something. For example, the effect of poor diet is often low energy levels. The positive effects of exercise are evident on his mood. And here is a tip to remember the difference. For effect, think of A for action, which influences or change something. And for effect, think of E, which means end or result. The next words are device and devise. And here is the question. She blank a plan to build a new blank. And the correct answer is she devised a plan to build a new device. Device is a noun and it has two meanings. First, any tool, gadget, machine, or anything which serves a particular purpose is called a device. We are surrounded with devices. Our smartphones, laptops, calculators, etc. are all devices. And device also means a clever method or technique used to achieve something. For example, the speaker used jokes as a device to hold audience's attention. Devise, on the other hand, is a verb and it means to create or invent something using your mind. For example, to devise a plan or a strategy, or to devise an idea or a method, etc. For example, our team devised a clever strategy to win the game. And here is a tip to remember the meanings and the difference. For devise, think of wise. And here is a sentence which will help you remember the meanings. Wise people devise useful devices. I hope it works. The next words are lose and lose. And here is the question. Your pants are blank, and you might blank the keys. And the correct answer is your pants are loose and you might lose the keys. The word lose, Lose, is a verb and it means to misplace something, to be defeated. So it is used in different contexts. For example, beware, you may lose your wallet. Or she hates losing, so she will fight to the end. Or we can say, don't irritate him, or he will lose his patience. So it has different uses. The word lose, Loose, is an adjective and it means not tight or fitting, not firmly fixed, free of restraint. So it is also used in different contexts. For example, your shirt is loose, meaning it is not tight or fitting, or the door handle is loose, meaning it is not firmly fixed. Or if we say the dog is loose in the park, it will mean that the dog is not leashed or it is free of restraint. And here is a tip to remember the difference. For loose, think of extra O as extra space. And for lose, think of not having the extra O as losing something important. The next words are disinterested and uninterested. And here's the question. He was a blank leader, but public was blank in his struggle. And the correct placement is he was a disinterested leader, but the public was uninterested in his struggle. The word disinterested is an adjective and it means having no personal interest or emotions involved in a matter. A disinterested person is fair and neutral. They are unbiased or impartial. For example, a judge should be disinterested in performing their duties, or he is a disinterested officer who always works on merit. And the word uninterested is an adjective and it means not showing any interest, enthusiasm, or concern for something. When you are uninterested, you pay no attention, you don't care. For example, the class was uninterested in the long lecture. She seemed uninterested in the conversation. So, to sum it up, disinterested is someone who has no personal gain involved in something, and uninterested is somebody who has no interest or enthusiasm for something. The next words are principal and principal. And the question is the blank of the college was a man of blank. The principal of the college was a man of principles. And the word principle with PLE at the end is a noun and it means standards or rules of behavior. Principles guide our intentions, actions, and behavior. For example, he will not cheat because it is against his principles. Or she refused to lie because of her principles. The word principle with PAL at the end is a noun and also an adjective. As a noun, principal means head or in charge of an organization or an institution. For example, principal of a college or a school, etc. Principal as an adjective means most important or main. For example, principal character in a story or a movie, or principal accused in a case. Here is an example. Social media is our principal source of information in today's world. And the last words are childish and childlike. And here's the question. Her blank manners were annoying, but her blank innocence was adorable. And the correct answer is her childish manners were annoying, but her childlike innocence was adorable. Childish is an adjective and it is used for people or their behavior, which is immature, silly, or inappropriate for their age. For example, a grown up person crying or complaining over small things, or arguing without reason, or ignoring manners or decorum. Such behaviors are often criticized by calling them childish. Here is an example. She is childish as she will start crying even when her Wi Fi signals drop. Childlike is also an adjective and it means having the beautiful or positive qualities of a child. These qualities include innocence, enthusiasm, joy over small things, curiosity, etc. Here are some examples. He greeted the guests with childlike enthusiasm. Her childlike curiosity gained her valuable knowledge. So, dear viewers, this is the end of today's lecture. I hope you found it valuable. If so, please do like the video and subscribe the channel. And don't forget to share your quiz score in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.